Hello everybody, this is Daniel Suguwa, and thank you for watching my second video after self intro debut um, yesterday. And anyway, let's let's talk a little bit about Chinese New Year, especially the Lunar New Year, which actually celebrated by a whole lot of Chinese community, and especially we will talk a little bit here situation about in Malaysia, by the way. So let's keep going. So as you can see, especially in the pre-COVID era, usually lots of us here from Malaysia, no matter which races and also which background you are coming from, actually we will actually kind of watch this beautiful variation of lion dance for us here in Malaysia, which basically includes but not limited to Peninsula Malaysia, Sarawak, which I'm living right now, and also Sabah. And this is actually pretty beautiful, as you can see. And also, you know, this is actually pretty interesting. And also I do really need to emphasize that there is a lot of variation of this lion dance, especially in South Korea, Japan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, mainland China, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan. There's a lot of it, but this is where we cover a little bit about Malaysia, by the way. And also here, when whole family have their own reunion dinner, especially on the Chinese New Year's Eve and also during Chinese New Year, they will actually tossing a lot of this, on the dishes, which what we call as yisang, which actually when you see on the picture, it actually consists of lots of vegetable, maybe some meat there, you know, and also this tiny strand noodle, this glass looking noodle, which is what we call especially here in Malaysia as mi bihun or bihun mi. As you can see here, this is pretty colorful, and mind you that the plate and also the size of that yisang that actually they use here in Malaysia, it's actually pretty gigantic. It's like 5-6 times the sizes of what you will use here in what you use typically for your eatery, by the way. But my scale might not be that correct. Maybe it's like 2-3 times or 4. So yeah, don't quote me that much, but it's very huge, by the way, depending on who and how many guests there. And also here, um, in the Chinese New Year's Eve, by the way, people will actually start cranking up these firecrackers and in their personal premises. It's actually pretty cracky, this kind of stuff, and it's actually pretty fun to watch, but can also tend to be loud for your ears, especially for my ears. It sometimes makes me like, wow, that's pretty loud. But anyway, there is some legend story about where Chinese community, especially they use these firecrackers, they use these fireworks, what you see in the background, to actually some of some kind of what of this monster and whatnot, which is actually pretty cool story. And also during the midnight of Chinese New Year, the fireworks which you can see on the background, they will actually light it up. It's very interesting. And also, since lately, especially in this COVID era, which is SOP for Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year 2022, the whole wide of Malaysia, basically what's only allowed is just like celebration and reunion dinner with people in the same household, which mean only in your family sphere can actually do this. But what's limited to do is that for the temple prayers, it's just only that 5 temple committee members. So if you are other than that, you are not working at the temple, you will actually just going to pray at home. This is for Chinese community, by the way. but but it's also vary, by the way, because not every Chinese Chinese community will do this. I mean, like some are like this Christian faith that they actually would pray at home too. So technically, this is true, by the way, and lots of stuff here. And you can, as you can see here on the SOP poster, and you can see even for us in Sarawak, we have our own kind of SOP, which actually has been made by the state government. But I'm not going to dive deeper here because that's not my point. But also, you need to know that while on the first day of Chinese New Year, and especially until the end of the Chinese New Year, if I remember, is that those Chinese community, they they cannot sweep out the floor. They cannot throw out the garbage. They cannot wash their wash their head, cannot wash their body whatsoever, because for especially if they are coming from the ancient Chinese belief, teaching, what's on, that affiliated to it, it's like you just try to throw down away those luck, you know. But as I said, not every Chinese community does this, especially if there's Chinese community that they are in Christian faith. They don't actually mind about this stuff. They basically in China, if they are Chinese and they are Christian at the same time, they just like, okay, whatever, it doesn't affect that us that much. And also, for this Chinese New Year, especially, angpao, angpao, this kind of what do I call it, like a red sample letter of that actually contain money, is actually being given to someone that's actually really young, and at the family, and especially to the sibling that they are not married yet, by the way. So if you need some monet, you need some dang kush money, I mean, not that literal kush, that really good money, you will of course going to go with that ang pao, by the way. But please don't be a beggar, uh, and also do not 100% expect they will give you ang pao, okay? Especially if you are visiting someone in the Chinese community. But that's it. Hopefully you guys stay safe. And this is a little bit talk about from me, by the way. So happy Chinese New Year, happy Lunar New Year to everybody. Stay safe and follow the SOP. That's all. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. And this is me, Daniel Suguwa, signing out.